Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I will show you the best pre-raid gear to get for your rogue and how to obtain them. First, I will start with all the items listed on the pre-raid best in slot list that you can find on Wowhead. Then I'm going to show you which pieces would actually be better and easier to get for the most part. Starting with the headpiece, we have Mask of the Unforgiven. This item is dropped by the Unforgiven in Stratholme. Typically, people go for him in strat live runs, but you can also get him fairly quickly doing strat dead. A great alternative is the Eye of Rend. This drops off of Rend Blackhand and Upper Blackrock Spire. With a 2% chance of a critical strike, 13 strength, and a 7 stam added bonus, this item greatly improves your damage output. For our neck piece, we have the Mark of Fordring. This necklace gives you a 1% chance to get a critical strike and 26 attack power. To get this, you have to complete a quest chain called In Dreams. Even though the quest chain is long and tedious, it's definitely worth the while. Next, for our shoulder piece, we have the True Strike Shoulders. These shoulders provide a 2% chance to hit and 24 attack power. They drop off of Pyroguard Emberseer in Upper Blackrock Spire. Now these shoulders are highly sought out after by rogues, warriors, feral druids, hunters, enhancement shamans, and ret paladins, which make them quite hard to get. Now for our cloak, we have Cape of the Black Baron. This cloak is dropped off of the last boss in Strat Dead. With 15 agility and 20 to attack power, this would definitely last you a long time. The chest piece you're going to want to get is the Cadaverous Armor. This armor gives you 8 strength and 8 agility on top of 60 attack power. That's a total of 76 attack power. In some cases, it is even better than the tier 1 chest piece. This item is obtained off of multiple bosses in Skullomance. The best bracers you can get are the Bracers of the Eclipse. They are currently the best in slot bracers even after tier 1. They give 10 agility, 9 stamina, and 24 attack power. You can get them off the last boss in Dire Maul West. A good alternative to these are the Deep Fury bracers. With 4 strength, 15 agility, and 4 stamina, they serve as a great placeholder. These are world drop BOE, and they tend to go for pretty cheap on the auction house. For our hands and legs, we are going to want to get the Devil Source set. These together give you 74 attack power, a 2% chance to get a critical strike, 2% increased hit chance from the set bonus, and 21 stamina. This set is so strong that it'll be very hard to replace, even after raiding. You can get these from leatherworkers, and they're usually sold on the auction house. The belt you should aim for is a Cloudrunner Girdle. This gives you 14 strength and 15 agility. This drops off of Quartermaster Ziggurat in the Lower Blackrock Spire. The best option for your feet will be the Swiftwalker Boots. They give you 4 strength, 21 agility, and 7 stamina. The 4 strength makes them stand out from your other options. You can get them off the Princess in BRD. When doing so, you cannot save her, so keep that in mind. The first ring you'll want to have is the Don Julio's Band. This gives you 1% hit, 1% crit, 16 attack power, and 11 stamina. You'll need to grind out reputation with Alterac Valley until you get exalted to get this. The Tarnished Elven Ring is the second option. This gives you 15 agility and 1% hit. It is obtained from the Tribute chest in Dire Maul North. If you're having trouble getting one of these, hunters like to solo the Tribute run and sell the loot from the chest. If you're not exalted with AV, you can use 2 of these. Blackhand's Breath is your first trinket option. The additional 2% chance to get a critical strike makes it the best in slot option until BWL. The quest that starts this chain for the Horde is called Warlord's Command. Your other best in slot trinket option is the Hand of Justice. This item has a 20 attack power bonus and a 2% chance to grant you an extra swing. With a small drop chance, it can be one of the tougher items to get. Currently, it drops off of General Ingerforge in BRD. Eventually, it'll change and only drop off of the Emperor. There are methods to solo this, but it's much faster with a group of 2 or 3 rogues. For your weapons, there are several options, but it's generally better to go sword spec pre-raid, so I'll start there. The Downrun set is currently best in slot when it comes to combat swords pre-raid. The main hand gives you 4 strength and a 1% chance to crit. When paired with the offhand, it gives you an additional 50 attack power. These both can be found off of Rend Blackhand, but the drop rate is quite low. The best alternative main hand is the Crow Blade. It's a slow weapon with high top end damage. It also gives you 7 strength, 5 stamina, and a 1% crit chance. You can use this at level 51, making it a great option to level with. This is a world drop BOE, and they're usually up on the auction house. Here are some other options that you can get as well. The best alternative offhand is the Mira's Song. Not only does the sword have a fast attack speed, but it also gives you 9 strength and 9 agility. This is great for proccing your poisons, and the stats give a nice boost to your overall damage. You can get the quest for the sword right outside the Scholomance entrance. For daggers, your best bet would be to get the Lobotomizer from getting exalted with Alterac Valley. Although it has a proc, it doesn't really affect raid bosses, so you don't have to worry about that. This paired with the Distracting Dagger from Darmal West makes a solid combination to start off with. For pre-raids, the best in slot dagger for your main hand is actually Fellstriker, but it has a 0.16% drop chance off of Rend Blackhand, which makes this weapon very hard to get. For our ranged weapon, we're going to go with the Satyr's Bow. With 3 agility and a 1% hit chance, it's hard to beat outside of raids. This bow drops in Darmal East. A great alternative is the precisely calibrated boomstick. 14 agility gives you 14 attack power and 0.5% crit chance, making it a very strong option. One thing I noticed that the pre-bis list was missing was a Shadowcraft set. Most pieces of the set are quite easy to get. With a 4 set bonus of 40 attack power and solid stats on each piece, I decided to mix and match pieces. I swapped the mask of the Unforgiven with the Shadowcraft cap, True Strike shoulders with the Shadowcraft Spaulders, the Cloud Runner girdle with the Shadowcraft belt, and the Swiftwalker boots with the Shadowcraft boots. So for this, I will be using a program called ClassicSim to show me the DPS results. If you wish to try it out for yourself, I'm going to leave a download link in the description below, so go ahead and check it out. For the first simulation, I will use the gear from the pre-raid best in slot list. This program currently doesn't have Satyr's Bow, so I have Black Crow equipped instead. The stats are the same, so it will result in the same DPS. Here you can currently see that I'm using the Combat Sword Raid spec for my talents. You can also see buffs, rotation, raid setup, statistics, and adjust a few settings. Now running this simulation as an undead rogue with full enchants and instant poisons, it turns out that the DPS result is 293.5. Now, let's switch our helmet, shoulders, belt, and boots with Shadowcraft pieces and leave everything else the same. As it turns out, after swapping the pieces, the DPS goes up by 2, which is quite a lot without any buffs. Another thing you can do to upgrade your DPS is to change your ranged weapon. This program doesn't have precisely calibrated boomstick, but thankfully, the Dragon Breath hand cannon also has 14 agility on it. Swapping the weapon out resulted in an additional 1 DPS increase, totaling up to 3. Now going back to this previous crossbow, you can see that with these 4 Shadowcraft pieces, you also gain 27 stamina, which is great for survivability and especially PvP. I hope this guide helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to get notified for future videos.